Allah exists.
Okay. Now, the world in itself came about from what? Okay, this is something that Allah says. It's impossible for the world, the creation, to have come out of nothing. Because nothing is exactly what it says, nothing. It doesn't create anything because it is nothing. Allah says, أَمْ خُلِقُوا مِنْ غَيْرِ شَيْءٍ أَمْ هُمُ الْخَالِقُونَ. Did they create themselves, or are they the creators? Both are nonsense. So the only conclusion is we were created by someone. Right. It's not about just understanding there is a super being that is the creator. Allah doesn't deal with this much at all because this is a given. It is far more illogical to believe that everything came from nothing than it is to believe that there was a creator who created everything. Now, what I advise the brother, because we don't have time to deal with this properly, what I advise the brother is to go to a website. The website, look for what Hamza Zort talks about the existence of God. Okay? If you refer to his work, he goes through it in detail, and he has a book that he's written on this topic, which is very good. And I advise the brother to read it. Also, at the same time, brother, look, everyone who denies the existence of Allah, it's not because of a logical reason. And we've seen so many people, and always the underlying issue is something happened to them in their lives, and they were really upset about that thing. And it may be Allah took away from them their sight, Allah took away a loved one, Allah gave them a certain illness, and because of that, they arrogantly denied Allah. It's not logical, it's an emotional problem. And then the justifications come, because this Quran is a proof that Allah is who He said He is, because there is no one who can come out with anything like this Quran. That's what Allah sent down as a proof. This is from me, not to prove that He exists. Allah didn't bother proving He exists because it's illogical to believe that He doesn't exist. Okay, so understand this. Whatever happened in your life which is causing these doubts, or other people putting doubts into your mind, know that it is more illogical to believe that things just came out of nothing. Because if I said to you, suddenly I'm in the street and a car, and metal pieces came together and built a car by themselves with no one touching it, you think I'm mad.
Or let's make it very much specific. The television that he's watching us on, or the social media platform of mobile phone if he's watching, does this particular gadgets come into being just on its own, or did they have a maker or creator?
No one would accept anything like this. So how would we, how are we meant to accept, as people with intellect, that all of this around us that works, so many different particles in the universe, so many different entities in the universe working in harmony, everything having a purpose, everything that we see around us, even our own selves, the miracle within our own selves, it's impossible.
And also I'd like to add, because my background is in science, we've seen scientists, we've seen doctors talking about the most complex machine is the human being.
Yeah.
And if we are suggesting a television itself, a small gadget itself, even a small hard disk or any scan disk, if that has a creator, and then from that logical perspective, surely the most complex machine would also have a creator. Of
course. And the Quran talks about how we developed as human beings, not because it's a scientific book. Because Allah tells us, I created you. I know how you come into existence. I'm telling you, I created you. And Allah tells us about how we started as a drop, and then we became a clinging thing. Then we became a chewed-like thing. And then we developed further and became a fetus and had our limbs, etc., bones and limbs and flesh and everything else. Why? Because He understands us, because He created us.
Thank you. And also I'd like to add, sometimes it is also possible, based on my experience I've seen, who we surround ourselves with. What would your advice be?
100%. The Prophet ﷺ, he actually told us, فَلْيَنْظُرْ أَحَدُكُمْ مَنْ يُخَالِلْ. You are going to be on the religion of your friend. Okay, so be careful who you choose as friends. If you choose people, you're always around people who throw these doubts into your mind, who don't believe in Allah, who don't believe in any God and no super being that created everything, then obviously part of that will affect you. Whereas if you are strong in your faith and you challenge those statements with firm knowledge of the Quran, you will be increased in certainty and you will not fall prey to their doubts.
This TV medium or on TV channel, we do not have enough time to explain or go through a discussion in detail. So as Sheikh has advised, best is to have a one-to-one conversation with a qualified scholar. Whatever doubts you have, the best way, write it down. Write it down on a piece of paper or on your phone, whatever you would like to prefer, and write down all those questions or the thoughts or doubts that comes into your mind so that you can look for an answer by having a conversation with a qualified scholar who understands both the world and the akhirah, deen as well, so that you can find a comfortable answer. And then if you have any follow-up question, by all means, you'll have enough time to ask those questions. As Sheikh has mentioned, when we read the glorious Quran or any ahadith, let us make sure that we read it with open mind, but rather than making our own conclusion based on our limited knowledge, it's always best to ask scholars or experts who are expert in this particular field or in the field of deen or fiqh.